Sending data, sending data. Okay, online, and waiting for Twitch to catch up. Well, hello to posterity at the very least. Just getting this up and running. I'm going to keep my camera on the main screen because I'm just going to be going through here and changing the titles of everything such that it actually matches what the fuck I'm doing. All right, cool. Yes. Okay. All right, cool. Just there we go. Save post. I don't know why it doesn't send out the updates to all of the various sub streaming interfaces. I just have to go onto YouTube and Twitch to make sure that it's doing the same thing. Go to your channel.
I've planned and started are more in the old school direction. I used to have an
Oh, really? Where does it have channel? Here we go. Is this? Yep, this one also. I'm gonna hit update all and just see if that actually updates the title on here. No, it does not. Well, that seems like a useless function then. I'm gonna go ahead and add some Doom Eternal. Okay, never mind. Can't find any particular tags to go in there, and I'm going to see if I can't edit this. Okay. No? Edit video? Sure. I guess so. Changes saved. Alright. Good. Just sending this to a few important parties, and oh, well, I think that was actually just me watching my own stream. Either way, and there we go. Cool. Well, anyways, without further ado, since now that all the stream titles have been updated, I hope I don't have to do that every time. I might just have to start streaming directly. You may notice my camera is a little offset right now, so that's mainly due to the fact that I have a setup here to go into that. So that just kind of like cuts off the left-hand side there. All right, let me load up Doom Eternal and connect the controller. We should be good to go. So yeah, I myself, much like most of you, just kind of bored out of my mind, and it's Saturday night, so I'm having a little drinky because I can do literally nothing else. Well, I could, but there's nothing else going on in my life, let's just say. I mean, I could sit down with a good audiobook, or I could get hammered and play Doom Eternal, so I just thought I would share that experience. Since my computer is no longer a potato, which is on my YouTube channel, there's 3 live streams. This one, no, I'm good. Thank you. My wife was just offering me a soft box for the light. Let's see here. Customized. I'm sure I got a few things since the last Slayer. I want to see what Purple Pony? Oh, that's cute. They offered a color swap on that. Anyways, there's a unicorn skin in the game, so My wife is over there. Oh, hey, I should just disconnect this second one. Ooh, sorry to everyone and my ears, especially my ears. Yeah. That second mic was not serving a purpose, so it's just adding the room noise. That's a little bit quieter now, hopefully. Here we go, campaign. I will definitely disconnect that before the stream starts for solo stuff. All right, campaign. I'm actually gonna take this second one. Let's see. Nope, no. No. Am I able to just delete? No, cat. I love you to death, but I just don't want you on my lap right now. Mission select. I wonder if I can just... It doesn't seem to be a delete option. This was essentially my earlier attempt at recording, but ultimately I tried to go into the keyboard and mouse control style after playing all the way through the game on controller, which accuracy doesn't really matter.
Can produce, we will send unto them only you.
I'm gonna try to avoid talking over.
And tear until it is done.
He says while talking over the dialogue.
We must pray now, brothers. Pray that he is watching.
Please, anyone, if you can hear me, if you're out there.
Oh, hello, kitty.
Say hello.
Attempting to acquire the Hellpriest signal.
That's not very comfortable for
Nearly
him.
60% of our planet has been consumed.
Don't worry, he
by
has
the
plenty of padding.
invaders.
We have the Hellpriest signal locked in. The target is marked, but the signal will not hold for long.
For it is he that they fear, not man, or his armies. They fear the mark of the beast.
Let me know how the volume is. Oh, well, looks like my mouse cursor is bound into the game, so I'm just gonna have to Cool. Just had to add a few tags to the thing. Oh well, off to an auspicious start here. Now you guys are...
Located the priest signal. I will mark it on your HUD.
I'm gonna have to review this to see how well synced up the Interesting. It's just showing me that in slow motion, I guess. Okay, there we go. Whoa. I love the glowiness that it just like puts on items that you need to press X to instantly change. Okay, yeah. Nah, I'm pretty. This is why. Oh right, it wants me to only do that. It is a very satisfying game. If you have played the original 2016, I will say this one is significantly improved as far as like engagement goes. The original 2016 was very. I mean, it had the same base elements, but it feels like if I wanted to go and sticky bombs all the way. If you've ever played the original Halo, these are definitely similar to the plasma bombs, and I absolutely love something rewarding about that particular method of execution, just saying. I actually am going to turn down a bit this video stuff. Overall quality, let's lower that to Nightmare. Mostly so my GPU has a little bit left over to do all the streaming stuff, you know, so that it doesn't look like potatoes, which is essentially what my Breath of the Wild live stream looked like. Which was like, I don't even know how many years ago that was. I'm just gonna do a recap while I'm doing Drunk Doom Eternal, rather than doing a specific talking head video. I'll probably do one of those on the YouTube channel later, but yeah. For those of you who don't know me personally, which is probably not many viewers at the moment, but I moved from Lewiston, Idaho to Denver, Colorado, and yeah, I had to get an apartment and a job and like just get myself all settled. So yeah, I just stopped uploading for a really long period of time because that's what it is to be building a career, essentially. There's like, I can only do one like full-time job at a time, and it's, well, okay, I shouldn't say YouTubing is a full-time job. It's not that necessarily. It's the fact that when you're already working 40 hours a week and it's a mentally draining, you know, field, which IT tends to be, especially help desk, but which is, oh, by the way, the industry I work in. But ultimately, the mental tax just becomes so much that you don't want to have to try and be funny at the end of the day. But I'm now finally on a work schedule that's kind of somewhat balanced. He just flies across that.
Remains guarded.
Not too bad. You can't say the same for your neck. I can't hear a damn thing you're saying. My wife is sitting over to the left, in case you couldn't tell. Well, my left? Is that your... That's your right. Oh, well. Whatever direction I keep looking. The other direction's my window, so...
The first Hell Priest has been terminated. The demonic consumption of Earth has been reduced by
Oh, wait.
36.8%.
It's the
There are 2 Hell Priests remaining.
Sorry. Some people just go wild in our apartment complex, and I just wanted to be able to capture that. How fortuitous my desk is right by the window, because we are in a one-bedroom apartment and have no room. Well, not necessarily no room, but the concept of a dedicated recording space is not. It's essentially laughable at our current stage. Speaking of getting a career up and running. All right. Right. They force you to like unlock both of them. I personally think full auto is a waste of shotgun ammo. you comments, you correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe it's only useful early game, but personally I would rather have a super shotgun rather than have to maintain. Oh, right. Sorry, I was trying to press A, B, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me. You know, the frame rate keeps saying 60 frames a second, but it seems a little, I don't know, jittery for me personally, but I don't know. I don't have RTX voice running, as you can probably tell, judging from the lack of pristine noise canceling. Can I just say, let's talk about RTX voice for a second, because that's far more interesting than my fucking origin story of the past couple of years. I'm really excited about the practical applications of GPU-based noise reduction, especially for studio use. Personally, I think it's being wasted on this live recording, format. Not necessarily wasted. That's the wrong term. I think it's amazing that they can even do it at that level. If you don't know what I'm talking about, RTX Voice is an application. Not GeForce. Excuse me. NVIDIA just released that runs on their RTX cards, which essentially uses some of the GPU function to, in almost, not necessarily real time, but like close enough to real time. Not that you can like listen to it live, because there's going to be signal delay and everything. Whoa! Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Fine. I'll use the full auto, just this once. Oh wow, that was a lot of damage all at once. Okay. Maybe I've maligned full auto, but there we go. I do like that they only give you that one type of ammo to start out with. Let me know if the frame rate is at any point obtrusive for you guys, but I don't think there's much going on as far as you should. But as I was saying, in reference to RTX Voice, since it's not necessarily fast enough for live monitoring, which is completely fine, it would probably use up more GPU resources if it did. The ability to do so, it's doing so. The noise canceling through GPU acceleration live is better than, in my personal opinion, most other noise reduction algorithms that I've used in post-production, which I probably don't have a lot of editors watching at the moment, but for those at least interested in like the audiovisual backstory of it, like the ability to incorporate that same algorithm in something like a post-production plugin, like something that you could apply to the audio of your video project. The ability to do that with audio recorded in the field with, like, say, suboptimal conditions. You've got some human voice with excessive wind noise or something. You may not necessarily have that hooked up to an RTX computer, but if you have the ability to apply that algorithm, like, I would actually pay NVIDIA for that plugin, even if I already have a card, just because the frickin' algorithm is so impressive that, I mean, they wouldn't even need to request payment for it, considering the fact that the only reason I say that is most AV production companies actually have like a certain oh boy, I wonder if I can even get up here. Ooh, I can. I've actually never gotten up here. Huh, wouldn't you know it? It's not really a secret, it's just a bunch of armor, but yeah, RTX voice is quite impressive. Linus Tech Tips, and there's already a dude on Twitter who did a really good, he had a fan blowing at the microphone, he had a hammer going in the background, and you would never know. You'd never know. Like, most other noise reduction algorithms don't even do necessarily enough to cancel out even air conditioning, and yet this thing can just handle anything. So maybe it's just the fact that they have the kind of people with not only like low-level access to the programming, or not programming, to the API of the card itself. I'm doing a bit much of a deep dive on a very technical topic while I'm supposed to be drunk. But either way, the potential is limitless, and the fact that they've released an alpha like this is very good of them. It's good of them. They mentioned that, you know, they don't want to necessarily release it for GTX. There's a God, I can't remember his name, but there's another PC modding channel that did a breakdown of why they don't release it for GTX cards. But personally, I think there's a lot of working professionals that aren't necessarily gaming. They just need the compute power of a GPU. And, you know, my sister's actually one of them. And, you know, they'll need, like, a gaming laptop for the purposes of, like, whatever kind of database they're dealing with. But
Take a moment to look around you. Witness
it also has the dual
world
effect of,
we have created.
you know, you likely need to... Okay, that's where it came from. Oh, hey. I think there's a secret up here? Oh, wait, no, I already got it. I'm a dumb. Wait, there... oh, there's a wall that I need to punch here. Oh, see, my secret senses were tingling. Yeah, walked right by it. I hope that wasn't too frustrating. There we go. Okay, well, here we go. Not gonna say this is gonna be a completionist run, but yeah. I do enjoy me some collectibles. Shit, have I fucked up? I think I have. Yeah, I'm good. There's something over here that I need. Ah, okay. See, there's a lot of functions that I don't necessarily have yet that I'm very used to having. Say, double jump or a dash. There we go. Nice. I appreciate that. It's almost like a Dark Souls path back, but on a very small scale. Just a little like, all right, cool. We're gonna put a gate in front of you this, in front of this to let you know. We're not gonna just hand it to you. You have to seek it out. But yeah, I will say the collectibles aren't the hardest necessarily to find in the world. It's a very fast-paced game, so I think that they are looking for fast-paced collectibles. So that kind of makes sense as to why they're not looking to... Yes, okay, I'm aware. Why they're not necessarily looking for, like, you know, you spending half an hour on just this one, like, doll, essentially. Which is the epitome of a collectible, because it's just like, if you want to see a small toyified version of a given enemy, sure, but other than the achievement for collecting all of them, not that much incentive. I already did, naturally, but it doesn't unlock anything, at least yet. There are still plenty of other opportunities. They've got 2 DLC that are supposed to be coming out. Who knows what they're going to entail? I know for a fact that the game itself actually gives you more like power-up tokens than you can use. Which seems strange, but I understand the thinking in the sense of like, I don't know. Maybe they want more people to get to full power. It's just, you know, what you are rewarded with is having more time to play around with that higher firepower and, you know, get accustomed to it. You know, okay, here's the thing. I thought Precision Bolt was the best for the longest time because it just ping, it can like take out weak points. I don't really care about the fact it can go through multiple people. It's mostly just the fact that right there, you can just take out, you know, mostly the cannons, stuff like that. I just don't see micro missiles being. It's about my personal playstyle. I know the Reddit would probably crawl up my ass about damage per second, but the only reason I say that is because I've been pretty active on the Doom subreddit. Only my username there actually matched the. But you know what? I probably wouldn't even post these plays on there. Well, I definitely wouldn't because self-advertisement, but which I know I'm supposed to be doing, but I just don't like doing. But mostly because there's people there that are like, oh yeah, I finished on Nightmare very first time through the game. I'm playing a controller, and I'm not the best gamer in the world, so I'm playing. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. Now, as far as accuracy is concerned, I have had in the past. I have in the past tried the PC thing, and I'm accurate enough to manage a higher difficulty level, but at the end of the day, I prefer having fun because I know there's get good. I did Dark Souls. You know, I beat Dark Souls 3. You know, and I felt pretty proud about that. No cheats, no nothing, no. Little bit of grinding here and there, little small amount. But that was my get good. That was my get good game. And you know, I only have so many of those left in me as a human being. I'm almost 30, so I'm practically dead. Kidding. Just having a bit of fun. 28, actually. Just turned 28 last month, yeah. And I somehow thought I was already 28 and that, oh, God. Somehow thought that I was already 28 and that I was turning 29, and I was like, I'm about to be 30. And that I had to do the math like 15 times in my head, and then I was like, oh. Apparently that thought that I had left in my head was, I'm turning 28 next year. So like I had been living a year ahead in my head, and it was like, I don't know, it was like sleeping in. I don't know, it's like waking up on when the daylight savings time changes, and see, this is not ideal. Okay, here we go. I'm not that great about ammo management, actually. Woo. Let me get this motherfucker dead, and then I will get back to. There we go. As I was saying, I'm not actually sure what I was saying, but ultimately, I think that I actually pretty genuinely lost my thought there. Trying to stay alive tends to happen.
UAC would like to thank you for your support during this transition.
This is what I love about these particular enemies. And this did not exist in the 2016 version of the game. So there's like intelligent death, not necessarily death points, like weak points. There's intelligent weak points. So a lot of the flying enemies are weak to that particular sticky bomb because, you know, they're essentially a flying mouth. So they were just like, well, what if he swallowed it? And it's comical. It's almost like slapstick. I actually remember. I saw the thumbnail for a video about how Doom Eternal is perfect slapstick, but I never actually watched it, but having played through the game, I totally get it. Because it's like, it's the absurdity of the violence that's happening that is almost like, it's rendered a little, wow! I don't think I've ever seen that one before. He actually just pulled his head off, spine and all. You know, you'd think that alcohol would have reduced my reaction time, but I actually usually die to those fuckers. Well, not die, but normally I don't. I think I've just played this game enough times. He says as he crawls into the secret shaft without even looking at it. I don't think that you could play this game too many times. It has such replayability value that I would, you know, even if I don't necessarily finish this on the channel, which I do intend to, I definitely think that I would just continue this playthrough. I've already beaten the game once. It's just that fun. It's just that fun. It's not necessarily the story. There's some games you play for the story. You know, case in point, Death Stranding. Excellent story. Amazing vision. But gameplay was like, bleh. And this one is excellent gameplay, amazing vision, and the story is meh. So consider this like the inverse opposite of Death Stranding in the sense of it's more focused on, it wants to keep you engaged. Each blow, each bullet, each round, an enemy that you kill, it wants to make it a rewarding experience that keeps you involved in what you're doing. And I absolutely love the way that they've executed it personally. This is such a step up from Doom in 2016. I gotta say, I would absolutely buy, I would pre-order the biggest edition of Doom 3 without even looking, simply because they could just re-release this game with new levels and I would just buy it. I would just buy it. I love and we've got 2 DLC to get through, so as those release, I'm definitely planning on playing through them, but I'm not a speedrunner, I'm not necessarily the best gamer, but I like to think that I keep it at least somewhat entertaining. And I finally have the hardware to not have it look like potato. He says, while having not checked his stream, but I don't wanna, you know, what? Oh, my wife was able to check it. Thank you. Thank you, stream assistant. Pull that up, Jamie. I hope you heard that because my wife is an adorable laugh. Why she's my live streaming partner. And my life streaming partner. And just my life partner. Huh? No, it's closed back. Sorry. I do have a few open backs, but I wanted to be able to hear if my audio was... So, that is why I'm wearing the closed backs today. Also, you may notice... Well, you probably won't, but... I'm going to be wearing headphones that nobody really... These are not gaming headphones. These are headphones that prioritize the audio that you're hearing, and it's not, you know, I don't want a janky little, that's not a microphone, not to me. Even if I'm playing with other people, I'm just gonna be like, no, I don't want to subject them to that level of quality. Because let me tell you, when you're on the phone with other support departments a lot, you hear a lot of headset audio, and it's you hear a lot of people eating their mic. Speaking of eating your mic, by the way, there's a lot of people who are not necessarily a ton of my audience personally, but there are people that are working from home. Mute your freaking microphone if you're in a conference call. And if you're even if you're just like eventually, just like remember this when you are eventually in an office job. And I believe in you. I absolutely believe in you. You could totally get an office job. Just, you know, the right kind of, I don't even know who I'm talking to specifically, but somebody has to believe in you, right? So, might as well be me. That was a rather pessimistic way to be optimistic. But point being that if and when you are on a conference call at any point in your life, mute your microphone when you're not actively saying something. Because I'll tell you what, when I want to hear the director of my department talk about something, what I really don't want to hear is... Like, most of the time they'll mute you in general. Just, well, if there's an important enough meeting, they just mute anybody except the person who's talking. Well, that's the first time dying. Hey, I could have sworn I got an extra life. I probably lost it at some point, and I didn't even realize that I had lost it. Well, that's what I get for not paying attention to what I'm doing. Either way. My absolute favorite thing about... That's 3 in a row, by the way. When they glow white like that, that means that the bomb landed specifically on their head. So, man, I don't have a lot of, things necessarily down with the controller, but I feel like I'm a better first-person shooter player overall with that, but... God, I gotta stop making the stupid faces when I concentrate. I'm just trying not to die. Oh no, oh no. There we go. I always deplete all my ammunition right before I face an enemy like that. Wow. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that almost seems to do enhanced damage per shot. Maybe it's just the fact that you have one shot lined up, so you wind up with, like, rather than missing, like, a third of the shots, which is, case in point, what I just tend to do with... Oh, okay,
The
well...
Khan Maker is nearby. She is inside that demonic citadel. I will mark her location on your
Marissa,
HUD.
was the audio, like, were you able to hear me over the game? Because I had low game volume in the last stream, so I kind of turned it up in OBS, and I want to make sure that I'm actually...
The gathering of Hell Priests is located just above your location.
Oh.
My scans indicate...
I'm going to try and lower that a little bit, because it seems like it's a little on the high side. This is a much louder game than the other ones. There we go. Desktop audio. In case you guys couldn't hear me at all. I'm just going to put there. The game itself is a little on the loud side, so...
At the center of this facility.
Okay. I'm hoping that that's... I'm just going to assume that... Can you hear me? Testing 1 2 1 2 testing. There's a bit of a stream delay, but I'm good. Okay, even at this distance. Okay. All right. Well. There's a lot more effort involved in streaming than I necessarily initially thought. But I gotta tell you, the main reason why I'm gonna probably be switching mostly to this and posting highlights of it is because, god damn, man, it's just a lot of fucking work to be streaming for 2 hours and then editing for probably 3 or 4 at the very least. That would probably be a short editing session. In order to make those 2-hour-long episodes usable, in my personal opinion.
At this gathering, but when outside of her domain, she is by all accounts indestructible.
I just want to make good stuff, and also I have to keep working a 40-hour job because that's just life. So I'm gonna try and fit this in where I can because it's really fun and it's yeah, it's important to me to do well.
Miss B, No man can pass through the gate. This stops nothing. The sacrament of this world to the great Khan Maker will be made, and the energy will be restored once again. As it is written, from the souls of the non-believers, you will not save them from their judgment.
Wanna bet? Bye, Felicia.
You go too far this time. You cannot interfere.
Whatever, bitch.
This is humanity's chance to repent, to give service to us. You cannot resist the will of the Khan Maker,
Activating the portal now.
for it was you who was meant to enforce it.
You were supposed to bring balance to the farts, not leave them in underwear. Sorry. I don't know where. I gotta look for that one. Alright. I probably just missed a doll or something. Either way, there's no like performance-based collectibles in this particular episode. Not episode. This particular level. The Fortress of Doom. My favorite
You
place.
lack the means to locate the second Hell Priest. Your celestial locator is missing a component.
Ah. My space
You will need
GPS.
a replacement. I've completed the redesign of your equipment
Okay.
launcher. The
All right,
flame
cool.
belch is now
So-
ready for your approval.
Yes. I'm gonna probably be eating the microphone just to make sure that I'm at high enough volume to be heard of the game. I'm not doing any audio processing effects, but you know, my CPU's at 1.8%, so I feel like I have enough headroom. I'm only streaming in 720p. I apologize for the fuzziness at the very least, but it's at 60 frames a second, so I'm hoping that it's at least a little on the, you know, smooth side, if it's not necessarily on the sharp side. The only thing standing between me and like streaming 1080p 60 is upload speed, to be perfectly honest. Oh! I'm just like, I like killing zombies. Yeah. Sorry, when you go through tutorials the second time, you're just like, yeah. So, sorry to pull an Aaron Hansen. Right, okay, so, resources get pulled in from much further away. I like that one. I don't use the flame belch a ton. I'm gonna go with. Yeah, alright. Yeah. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with health because I do a lot of glory kills. I'm gonna try and remember to flame belch, but to be perfectly honest, I just tend to.
Activated and ready when you are.
It's not a ton of Nice. Right, I forget that it's all locked off. Now, I'm probably just gonna be doing highlights.
This is an ARC broadcast. There are reports coming out of the quarantined hellified zone near the San Andreas Chasm. Satellite imagery show what ARC personnel
Imagery.
believe to be the legendary Doomslayer himself fighting the mortally challenged. The Doomslayer, or Doom Guy, as he is sometimes referred to, was thought to be a myth of the Resistance,
Oh,
a
God.
sort of avenging angel. He was last reported to be
This
seen
is
on
sparkling
Mars
water, by the
and
way.
is allegedly responsible
Make sure
for
you
the
hydrate when
destruction
you
of the
drink.
Argent Tower there.
Make sure
It
you
disappeared soon
hydrate when you
afterwards.
drink.
The UAC
R/Hydro
continues
homies
to
will
deny
come
all
for you.
reports of his existence. We will continue to broadcast new information as we receive it.
I don't know if you're aware. I assume a lot of people are. I don't want to make anybody feel ignorant if they aren't. Hydration is the main reason why hangovers happen. So, just hydrate when you drink. That was probably a faux pas in that big long preamble about most people know. I feel like a lot of people, the vast majority of people know. But, oh, big scary Stargate. Yeah. Well, you know what? I've been going for fucking... Oh, wow. I jumped all the way up to 2.5% CPU utilization. I better watch it or this thing's gonna slow down. Sorry, I basically... I tried to run my entire YouTube channel off of a potato, essentially. At least compared to my current setup, that's what it was. And I was just like, enough is enough. And it took me a lot of saving, but I just upgraded it and upgraded it and upgraded it. And upgraded it. Actually, it was just basically 2 upgrades. I replaced the fuck. I replaced the fuck. No, I replaced the case, motherboard, CPU, memory, added some hard drives or something. Well, actually, I think the hard drives. So technically 3 upgrades, but not a lot. Not a lot. Running a Threadripper 2950X. I think it ends with an X anyways. I mean, what model number doesn't anymore? 2950X and 16 cores, 32 threads? I think, yeah. Or is it 32 cores, 64 threads? I think it's 1632. Yeah, anyways. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, essentially, after that, I wound up, 32 gigs of memory, but that's not necessarily... I just want to make sure that wasn't a bottleneck ever. But, less so because I thought it would actually use that much. But, and then I got a 2080 Ti, so that's not a small chunk of change. And I also made the mistake of buying the 2950X right before it dropped like $300 or something, so it dropped a lot of money right after I got it. But I'm also not opposed to supporting AMD because they're actually kicking NVIDIA's ass. Not NVIDIA's. They're definitely not kicking NVIDIA's ass, but they are... What am I? Oh, right. You too. They are kicking Intel's ass. And as someone who relies on AMD products to be able to video edit or stream at all, yeah, I greatly appreciate it. Because I could not afford to be doing this shit on an Intel budget. I just couldn't. So, yeah. Thank you, AMD. I'm like not even remotely sponsored. You can tell I'm way too small to be sponsored, but I just, I believe in being passionate about good products that deliver for their price points, because I'd rather steer people towards that if they're in the market to do whatever. Oh right. I'm gonna be making quick work of these tutorials, but I do apologize if I'm a little dense at times. So let's just do a summary here. I have a shoulder. This isn't even. I'm not even like halfway done with getting upgrades. I have a shoulder-mounted flamethrower. I have grenades that launch out of. Actually, no, the same shoulder cannon thing. And I have a chainsaw. And now I also have the ability to, when I do a glory kill, when I do 2 glory kills, just my melee releases an area of effect attack that, causes hell for everybody around me. And, like, these aren't even my guns. These aren't even my guns. And my guns get ridiculous Just ridiculous. Right. I think I'm gonna do enemies killed by equipment or under the influence of equipment decrease recharge time, because equipment is the main area where I need to improve. Personally, as a player, I know that I need to be making utilization of that equipment a lot more, so that should help with that. Right. Yes. Arsenal. I don't have any upgrade points. I definitely want to drop down there, because that's, I mean, oh, okay. So I got to go through this door, or by door I mean wall. What? The difference between wall and door to Doom Guy is a very small margin. Very, very small margin. For this being a drunk Doom playthrough, I feel like I'm not nearly drunk enough. So I feel like that's false advertising. Oh, I don't know if shots is necessarily the way to... That would end the stream real quick. I'd be like, well, I have to fall asleep now. Hey! Yeah, there we go. Speaking of that equipment that I need to be using. Probably my next, Nice. Okay. Yeah, when you have the equipment recharge rune and also... Whoa. When you have the equipment recharge rune and also the flame belch cooldown thing, it actually cools down really, really fast. And that helps, I don't know, helps keep it in one's mindset as far as things that they're able to use. And I also haven't played this game in several weeks. I keep pulling that eyeball out. You know, it's just tried and true method. Yeah, boy. You know, I really feel like they've kept adding to the number of, or the whoa, that one was cool. I don't think I've deliberately tried to get them like. There's like 18 different angles that you can approach a demon from and do a different like glory kill. It's just me personally, I tend to approach most of the same demons from mostly the same direction, so yeah. Oh god, I love you, Mick Gordon. This is the best soundtrack of any game. Mick Gordon is the, not only the instrumentalist who made this, but he's just like the, I'll be completely honest, the exact title escapes me, but let's just call him overarching soundtrack genius behind the amazing music that makes Doom what it is. At least this reboot iteration of Doom. You know? They realized, hey, this super gory game about killing demons is pretty fucking metal. Why don't we put some pretty fucking awesome metal along with it? But I don't want micro. What? Oh, it's doing, right, the actual upgrades. Explosion size is increased by that much. Cool. Yes. Wait, I'm not done in here? Really? What the fuck do I have left to do? Are there enemies left? I am confused. I honestly just think I have to pass through this area again, so they will throw more enemies at me later. That's my assumption. when I played through these, it wasn't like you had to really try to even get most of the weapon points. It was just like, yeah, if you kept fighting until the metal music stops playing, then typically speaking, that's all the enemies that you need to kill in a game. And for context, the little green bars in the upper right, those are the actual, the red, well, I guess there's almost 2 red bars. The orange bar, 5 digits to the left, that's like the regular enemies you're going to find in the level. If you kill all of them, you get 5 weapon upgrades. 3 of the 3 purple ones are from a Slayer Gate, and that's a specific thing. There's only 6 of them in the game. If you beat all 6, then you not only get 3 weapon points each, you also get a really cool weapon at the very end of it. But either way, I won't interrupt the dialogue story, but for the purposes of... Oh, shit. Did it just kill me? Wow. I am weak. Oh, hey. Let me collect you, too. I realize I'm not reading these, but that's because, you know, I've had a few things to drink and I don't want to get into lore, to be perfectly honest. Too much. Anyways, I'm not going to interrupt the amazing script that they have because they use really cool voice effects and it's awesome. And that gives you the overarching story, I guess. Oh, I'm an extra dumb. I totally forgot what I'm supposed to be doing in this room. I am supposed to be... 1. No, there's nothing to beat there. Alright, cool. This, and then 2. Oh, nice! Cool, it turns off the green lights. Ooh, there's a golden upgrade in there that you can see from outside. Hell yeah, boy. Give me that dash. Yes. Alright, I've got to go this direction. Because that's what the green wolf says. Woo! I did not realize I was going to actually survive that. More plot. Actually gonna refill my drink while this plays out. I think that's just... Yeah, that's gonna keep going. For a hot second.
Despite their transgressions against the Covenant, they are still of Sentinel blood. What you interfere with now is bigger than you can imagine. It is written. It is their time to give penance. If you continue, you will bring down the heavens' wrath. You are but one man. They are no longer your people to save.
still have your Twitch tab open? Oh, okay. I was just curious if the one viewer was you. Oh, cute. Wow. Well, apparently I've been jittering for a couple minutes. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that was a cutscene. I've seen it before, so I didn't really need to be here for that. I popped in and saw it was still going, so thought I would leave you guys to it. So, in the interests of continuing, excuse me, Drunk Doom Eternal, I'm going to be mixing this drink right here. Otherwise, I did just take a, it's a strange drink, which I don't necessarily want to repeat the name of because I'm not sure it's necessarily the correct term for it. But it's essentially you take a shot of tequila, and then you take a shot of pickle juice. And it honestly wipes out 98% of the tequila taste in your mouth. And it's really kind of strange. Really quite strange, actually, I would say. Because you're just like, oh, well, I didn't take a shot, you know? I honestly feel like I've tried sipping the shot of pickle juice before, and it doesn't really do the full effect of taking a shot of pickle juice. And let me tell you, if you just finished a shot of tequila, then a shot of pickle juice is actually quite relieving. Like, I can't even, I'm like starting to get into it. Not gonna lie. Yeah, see, I told you there was gonna be more enemies here. Oh, Jesus Christ, I didn't mean to waste that on you. Oh well. Well, I guess it's better than wasting it on a Cacodemon, because that's like, God, that's like 2 shotgun rounds. Come on. Wow, now. Oh no, it just uses 1 shotgun round. It's just, you know. Ha! They must have put in some elephant noises or something. Oh, okay, so it's trying to get me to go out the Sentinel battery door. Ah, okay, I get it. So it's all that battery.
This Sentinel battery can be used to provide additional power to your ship. Several modules remain unused. Finding more batteries
okay.
will
I just
enable
felt
you to
some cool
utilize
breeze
the
and I
full
was like,
functions of your command station.
Yeah, go ahead. We are... I feel like, yeah, I already mentioned my age, yeah. So, nobody should be freaking out about me drinking booze. What? I feel like I got most of this, except any of the extra lives. No. Oh, I really could have used some extra lives. Crap. Well. Okay. Here we go. Yep, that's more or less par for the course. Yeah. He does that with a lot of demons. He just stabs them in the side of the head. I like that you get, like, temporary tinnitus too close to an explosion. Even with all that helmet on. Even with all that helmet on. Hell yeah. Get it? Hell yeah? Sorry. Yes. I do believe I will finish the second level and then call it a night, because... I mean, it is a Saturday night, but, you know, many things can be done on Saturday nights. And, fueling internet-based alcoholism is rarely one of the, redeeming ways to spend it. Just joshing, mate. I mean, my name is Seamus Welch, if that gives you any sort kind of context as to, heritage. If it doesn't, then, well, I feel like even me and Google can't help you. Let me just say it's essentially the Celtic equivalent of being named Vladimir fucking Putin. All right. Oh, I remember how to get that record. See, not only do I remember how to, I remember... Now, see, this is where the subtlety and secretiveness kind of comes in. Because it essentially is wide open, like on the sides and on that side and this and that. But it has a punch mark here. But that doesn't glow green. It doesn't. So that means that not every secret's going to be handed to you. Some cracks in the wall glow green. Others are completely dark and just, you know, gray. And that's where, you know, it rewards inquisitiveness, natural inquisitiveness as to what is that frickin' question mark, you know? I feel like it's very much, you know, you put some symbol for just generic unknown, aka, like, you know, the question mark in this instance, on something, and humans are just like, what's that? And, yeah, it's a very interesting way to go about it. Oh, right, okay. This is also another interesting gameplay choice. So, you cannot jump on the purple stuff. You cannot jump at all, because it just vibrates. So, it's... Part of this is incentivizing, oh, hey, you should... Oh, Jesus Christ. They can get you in the air. All right, shotgun for the lot of you. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Fuck! Okay, that's going in the highlights reel. Provided I ever edit these down, which would be great, but require a lot of time. And let me tell you, my landlord ain't giving me no goddamn breaks just because, you know, the world is ending. They still expect their money. Mostly because money was handed to them as children, at least this specific landlord. Okay, heat blast.
There is a Sentinel power core nearby. You can use it to activate the mech and clear a path forward.
Nice. I like that they give it a different color so you at least aren't sitting there like being like, why can't I punch through it? Nice. Actually went really well. Okay, so the whole reason I'm backtracking here is to go over here and yeah, hence that. So at least have 1 life. You would see it, but the life indicator is right behind my head, so. Oh, God. Whoa, nice. I thought I saw a page. Blood punch is charged. Blood punch is charged. Oh, there we go. You're taking a picture of the cat? Oh. Great. Yes. Animal licking their crotch while live stream happens just inside of camera frame. No, I'm kidding. I was just saying. Actually, it would be if I was recording on the camera itself, but because like it just goes over to the side. No. I like scooted myself over so like everything to the left of here is getting cut off. Either way, But why does this I've never found that secret. Okay, so the thing is that that's not a collectible secret. That's a pickup secret. That's like a little health and why you gotta do me like that? Why you gotta do me like that? That looked exactly like a legitimate exit, except for the fact that I couldn't. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Wait a minute. No, okay. I couldn't tell if the cracks in the wall were from You know, good thing these pads are wireless, because, I already know about the fucking Cacodemon weak spot. God damn it. I am definitely playing an Aaron Hansen by yelling tutorial. When I'm playing on the easiest difficulty. Which is my secret shame. God, look at that. Fuck yeah. Oh. Fuck yeah. I actually think OBS is what causes this slowdown, to be perfectly honest. Because I have played without streaming and I've played with streaming, and I will absolutely say that whatever OBS is doing to utilize the GPU is apparently... Ooh. It's apparently... It causes my actual GPU frames to jitter. And I have a 2080 Ti, which is literally the fastest single video card on the planet. It would introduce recording issues if I had 2 video cards, so I'm just not even gonna fuck with that. That being said, it would make video editing faster. I'm so used to having multiple bombs. And that is what sets me up for failure. Float up, you big red bitch. Is he glitched? He looks like he's glitched. He looks glitched as fuck. God damn it. Burn it. I don't know if this is Meat Hook. I really love the songs in this soundtrack. I listen to it. I would listen to it if I worked out. I used to work out. You probably can't tell from my neck above shot, but workout is totally important to humans. And that's definitely a case of do as I say, not as I do. Ooh, there we go. I really need to learn how to use those better. Shit ass titty. Shit. Well, that didn't work out. I don't think I'm going to do the Slayer Gate in this one personally, because I have been live streaming for over an hour and will need to go to bed eventually. Spicy meatball. Okay. Yes, I understand the battery is big. Thank you for reiteration of obvious fact. Stab and pluck. It's not gonna lie, this any of the others are kind of fine, but this one seems a little dumb that they fell that short. Zip. Zip. Just like just barely short. Nice fleshy tubes. I just want to point out that people don't have ribs around their esophagus. And I'm pretty sure it just fell down an esophagus. I should probably be more worried about the giant tentacle monster eating my face. But this is the kind of philosophy that you come here for. And to be fair, the meanest comment in the world doesn't mean jack shit if I can make my wife, who is sitting right behind me, laugh. I'm like, all right, cool. That was a successful joke. Just takes one person. Now, see, if you're in a comedy club and only one person laughs, usually that's because they weren't expecting a joke that bad. Hey, I got him with a frag grenade. Just saying, guys. The sticky bomb grenades. Wow, that's a big chunk of demon. The sticky grenades do not work nearly as fucking goddamn. I'll admit the purple goo that stops you from jumping. Okay, sure. You gotta mix it up. You gotta mix it up as game developers. That particular direction of mixing is, I'll be perfectly honest, a little fucking annoying. It's like one of the only annoying games in or aspects in the game, and it's also not that frequent in the game. The main reason I'm bothered by it is because they only use it in like the first 2 games, and I think it's specifically designed to teach you a lesson about stopping, you know, your personal progress, specifically so that you can be like, okay, I need to learn how to not just double jump, but dash, because it's gonna behoove me to learn how to do this. Oh, wow. That didn't quite go over the way you planned, did it? Yeah, boy. Two. Well, okay. I thought I was actually going to pick up all 3, and then I realized my health is full, so... See, this is why... What I really need to get is the upgrade that says any health you pick up while you're full on health contributes to Blood Punch, because that's actually probably, considering my own personal playstyle, that's probably the oh boy, I love this purple stuff. Now I have to walk manually through all this fucking shit, and I can't dash through it because the game wants me to be fucking slow. There's ears on the ground. Thank you. I won't be releasing it. Just gonna have to play that clip over and over. If you're actually that into that song. It's not a panic. It's not about a panic. It's about, cool, I missed the platform by a couple inches, and now I have to slog through a bunch of goop that prevents me from jumping. So I have to walk all the way through this section that I already walked through. It's just a tad bit annoying, so I have to sing a song to keep myself engaged while that's happening, because I have ADHD. And if I didn't, I would just be sitting here staring at the screen waiting for this to end. A boosh! Right in the solar plexus. My plexus doesn't have any solar. Oh, boy. Always a good idea to do that every couple of minutes. Whoa! That was a very fast... Alright, cool. The platforms are way the fuck down there. And I'm way the fuck up here. I really appreciate... words cannot express how much I appreciate that Doppler effect. That is... Not only is it pleasing, considering how slow the world is, the actual audio distortion would be much higher than what it is in that particular example. Fuck! Motherfucker! Oh, I don't have this set up on full auto. Are you going? Well, you didn't let me get a glory kill. Who? Oh, I didn't even realize there was a thing there. I just want you to know the only reason my nose bumped into the microphone is because my character was about to jump under a flaming chain, and I thought ducking in real life would help with that. So, I'm definitely going to love VR because I'm like apparently already there. Just with a 2D screen in front of my face. Whoa, boy. Come on. I did an expert job dodging your bullshit. Yes. Oh, I guess I could fucking go through and get this Slayer Gate. But I almost feel like doing all the Slayer Gates in one episode. Because, to be perfectly honest, this has been over an hour. Oh, I only dashed twice. Hagoo!
The betrayer's life signal is nearby.
The betrayer.
There are motion sensors and artillery everywhere.
I'm gonna get an ice cube while you guys watch this. Huh.
I told you all to leave me here. I am where I belong. Saving your people will not bring you peace. Only make the burden you carry worse. And now you seek to defy the Khan Maker herself. It is your people's time now to give penance, just as it was mine. Hear me, Slayer. When his heart is laid to rest, then his soul will be at peace. And so will mine.
Right, so that was the father of the Icon of Sin. I mean, what? No, that's... Spoilers. Oh, cool. He has an Argent Hammer. I never noticed that before. Ah. That's a nice sword. That's a nice boulder. Okay. Let's do this. That's just a green torch. actually really glad that I'm getting these 2 episodes out of the what? I missed a question mark. Ah! Hey, the Kako Demon. He's got little tiny legs. Stupid tiny legs, just like his stupid face. I mean, it's a floating face, so the whole thing is kind of stupid. Well? Oh, okay. Skaboosh!
The has been identified. I will mark its location on your HUD.
I'm so used to my dash recharging quicker than that. Thanks for all the fish. That's not the way the song goes. So long and thanks for all the... Fuck! Fucking Christ, I don't want to do this for the 15th time. Just kill me, why don't you? Thank you! Literally, this did not take me half as much time first time I went through this. Oh, I got that last one. Yeah? Bring it, Brittany. Come on! Yeah. Spray, bitch. I didn't even know that was gonna happen. Come on, then. I like he just cuts off his knees, kicks him in the chest. Not much that person can do. Wow, thank you so fucking much for being constantly outside of my field of view. Gives the fucking thumbs up as he's falling down. That's fucking funny. I actually should have watched that death animation all the way through. Oh, what's that? Oh, cool. Quad damage actually makes a difference? How about fuck your mother? How about suck a lollipop? Suck a lollipop. Ah! I'm playing on the easiest difficulty and I'm dying like a bitch. Alright, Arsenal, fucking sticky bombs. Sticky bomb reload speed increased by 20%. Cool. Let's see if that fucking does anything. Alright, cool. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Bring the big boy out. Bring the big boy out. I want to fight him with quad damage. There we go. Cool. I honestly, the biggest problem that I have with a lot of those sections is the fact that I honestly do not... I don't do well with trying to find one specific upgrade that the level requires that I find in order for that particular section of enemies to be worthwhile. Because I always find the fucking quad damage or the speed boost or the bloodlust or whatever the fucking power-up name is. I always find it after the last enemy dies. And I'm like, cool, thanks. I guess? Because they're never up front. I mean, I'm not saying that they need to be up front, but it's a little weird to be like, oh, cool, I have to... I guess that's supposed to be that's supposed to be the Dark Souls aspect of it. It's like, okay, you know, supposed to play this section through so many dozens of times because you keep dying here. And yeah. All right, cool. Cutscene? Ooh, nice. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go to the main bridge thing, and then we're gonna finish up here, and then we're gonna call it a night.
You can now find the remaining Hell Priests by activating your celestial locator.
Space GPS.
The second Hell Priest is located in the northern region of Earth. I will calibrate the portal now. The hub has several areas locked off due to power constraints. Once power has been restored, you will be able to access the entire ship.
Cool. Twist.
Sentinel energy levels rising, re-establishing power to core and supplementary systems.
This, when you beat all 6 Slayer gates, that's what you get. And it's a nice weapon because it spreads out your BFG ammo. And, yeah. God, these fucking gates are so loud. There we go, Fortress of Doom. I love that there's just, like, that whole thing set up. Wait a minute. That looks like a grindstone from The Witcher 3. I suspect there might be a few fans on the development crew of this. This is like the old Praetor suit, I think. 95% sure. And this is definitely an old Argent Cell holder from 2016. And also, I thought there was a fucking, yeah, this shit. Clifton M. Fishbach. And that's, yeah, that's Mark's dad's name. Yeah. Markiplier's dad wound up on one of the author strips of one of the things, which I think is super sweet. It's just nauseatingly adorable. Ice Bomb.
The Ice Bomb modification to your equipment launcher has been completed. Once fired, the bomb will douse nearby enemies and
Are you telling me I have ice missiles and I'm Metroid? Wow, I can't wait to pilot the Samus Aran.
Or frag grenades.
kidding? Kidding. Okay. That's another objective for me down here. All right. Well, to each their own. You assign me however many objectives you want. Oh, right. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I don't want to go down that because I don't care. I just don't want to fight, you know, a couple demons in like a stupid arena that doesn't really matter. It's like a practice arena. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. Gives you like a practice thing that you don't have to fucking go through a level for. And that's big. I really wish a lot more games gave you like a no stakes thing like that. Anyways, I am going to finish this stream off with this ARC broadcast.
This is an ARC broadcast. To any ARC personnel or survivors operating inside the Hellified zones, please be advised. More Doomslayer sightings have been coming in. ARC leadership do not recommend any attempts to communicate with the Slayer directly. Please avoid all contact with Doomguy at this
No
time.
signatures, no fans.
While it is clear that the Slayer is an enemy of the challenge, it is unclear if he could also be a threat to civilians.
I mean, I wouldn't stand in my way. Anyways, right, well, thank you very much. This has been Drunk Doom Eternal. If I'm actually going to record, which I suspect I'm probably going to wind up recording because this thing says it's doing 60 frames a second, but I'm getting some real weird jitter that I definitely don't get when I record. Probably the bitrate is not the limitation here. I think it's just the fucking Vulkan, you know, GPU. Anyways, I'm not quite sure what's introducing that, but OBS is introducing something. So I will probably finish the rest of this game out as a bona fide, you know, beginning to end series. Well, not necessarily beginning to end series. It's going to be from here to the end of the game. Because this is the section of the game where it's like, ugh. I don't know if you've ever played Knights of the Old Republic 2, but whatever fucking mining colony they start you off on, where you're like, you have to play through so many fucking sequences. It's like, honestly, several hours of game that is the intro. That should not be the intro. And that's not necessarily a problem here. This never felt unnatural or like, oh god, I want to get through this when I was actually playing the game. But I definitely will say that when you're like playing from the beginning, you know, I think that it's a little on the like, okay. I wish like a given profile, if you've already beaten the game, that you could start having finished levels 1 and 2, because now I have the actual ice bomb and the regular bomb and, you know, the flamethrower. So that's a lot of stuff already right there that, you know, you don't necessarily need to have everybody go through, because the first 2 levels, let's face it, the first 2 levels of Doom Eternal are definitely like the tutorial levels, you know. They don't want to throw too much at you too fast, and I think that's probably the fault of Doom 2016. That's probably why they have things quite that, you know, fleshed out, so to speak. So, anyways, I don't want to pontificate too far as to the overall game itself, except to say that, oh, I never noticed that. Interesting. There's 2 banner icons, except one looks like it's a way big. Like, the air conditioning is definitely pointed at this banner, and this banner's like totally not even affected. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, tuning in, reviewing, whatever the case is. And I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Exit menu. Accept. There we go.